Hello, my Vibe Tribe. Welcome to the Daily Vibe. It is Thursday. Things to think on Thursday. Things to think on Thursday. Things to think on Thursday. How is everyone today? Almost to the end of the week. It is almost the long weekend here in the United States for Memorial Day. Sorry. Peace of Lent. I do my best to clean myself up before I start these things, and somehow I still manage to just be like doing all kinds of crap. So I'm just going to wait for a few people to get on. I have a subject today, and in fact, I thought about it yesterday when I was scrolling through Instagram, and I was seeing all these great posts about positivity and all these things, and one of them was about, good morning, Debbie. One of them was about how you're kind of conditioned throughout your life, right? How you're kind of, how you're kind of conditioned throughout your life. But also, so I pulled a guidance card. I did some, toddling around yesterday about town, and I found, I did not find it. Sibling found it. Good morning, baby sibling. Sibling found it. We went to one of my favorite shops in Orange County, and, good morning, Allie. So, it's kind of funny because she's shorter than me, but somehow on the top of the shelf, she found this, said she was guided to it and told to show it to me. And it's Alana Fairchild's deck. She's the one that does my Rumi deck. I love that deck. But she really this particular author I've noticed, I don't know much about her, but I find that all the work that she does is really kind of tapping into the old masters. Some people would call it metaphysical, some people would call it spiritual, whatever you want to call it. Sibling helped me find this deck yesterday, and it's the Kuan Yin transmission. So I hope I'm saying that right, guys. If I am butchering that, I apologize. Please let me know in the comments. Sorry. Here we go again. Please let me know in the comments if I am saying it wrong. But I hope I'm saying it right, Kuan Yin. So, but it's healing guidance from our universal mother. And look how beautiful that is. Even the box is stunning. The cards are pretty tiny. But even the box, it's just, wow. Anyways, they really know their stuff when they put these things together. So anyways, and I also pulled a Rebel deck card. That'll be a good one. So let's get rolling. One of the things I saw yesterday was about how, who are we really? And I kind of thought about this subject while I was laying in bed. In fact, I had to get out of bed and write it down so I didn't forget it for today. But, hey, nothing but transparency in these things, right? But I think what it was about was because, I had to strip away a lot over the last several years, conditioning, thinking, how to do this, how to do that, why you shouldn't be doing this, why you shouldn't be doing that. People, have unfriended me for my own beliefs. My own family members have unfriended me for my own beliefs. And I've learned that I don't care. I have to follow my path. I have to be true to my path. In fact, last night I was doing a little sacred feminine energy ritual for myself. And, with some of my favorite ladies, favorite goddess ladies. And I'm not saying these things to throw people off or anything, or I always try to stay in my lane because I don't want to tread on anyone's beliefs. But I think the problem is that we go to extremes. So, one of the family members I was talking about, and I say family members, but I never actually met this cousin. It's like a third cousin of mine. And I understand everyone has their thing. And, if you don't feel like you're comfortable with it, then you know what? That's okay. But I'm not going to change who I am. I've grown over time to not care what other people think. And I'm not going to say it doesn't bother me. Sometimes it does. And it does. It is hurtful because, you think, wow, you know what? I'm so accepting of you, but I share my beliefs. And all of a sudden, I'm down on the ground and out of your life before we even met. But I think sometimes we tend to go from one extreme to the other. So, in my beliefs, in any belief, there is a light side and a dark side. It doesn't matter who your higher power is. There's always a light side and there's always a dark side. It just, they all have different names, right? And of course, in my beliefs, as you know, there's so many people that I sit at my spiritual table, and that includes God and the universe. And, again, for those that might be new to this, I don't put them all there for a just in case moment. Okay. It's because to me, they all serve different purposes in my life. I have 4 favorite goddesses that I really like. And again, I'm not trying to step out of my lane. So please, if this isn't your belief, just stick with me for a moment, because I will be getting to the point, and this actually is part of the point. But the person who I read the meme from, she's an atheist, but she was raised very religious. My own father, well, I can never tell if he's an agnostic or an atheist, but he was raised very, very like cult kind of religious. Not like, Jonestown where they run off and all die in a mass suicide, but it's, there are some religions and, no comment. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But these 2 people went from one extreme to the other, and that's their choice. That's okay. But for me, I thought, you know what? One of the things that the meme said from my friend on Instagram was that, it's who are we really? And I thought maybe the reason I have trouble discovering my why is because I don't really know who I am. And this isn't to say anything about parents, okay? Parents do the best they can every day. Baby sibling allows her children. I hope you don't mind me sharing this baby sibling, but I really kind of feel like it makes the point. Baby sibling teaches her kids to be open with her and to be honest about how they feel about things, and she kind of lets them discover things on their own. If they have questions, they come to her. Same with older sibling growing up. Her parents were not religious, so she kind of went around to different religions to see what she thought. And, ultimately she just came that, I have this great love of God, but I'm not really into organized things. I want to hear someone talk about, the positivity, the gratitude, and all the beautiful things that come with it. Sometimes we focus so much on the dark side of what we believe in that we become afraid of everything else. And in a way, it's kind of conditioning. So I was thinking, one of the best metaphors I can think of, so Debbie Hall says she knows what she means and she's proud of me for getting there. And thank you. That means a lot to me, because it's not easy being open with my beliefs. You really kind of leave yourself open to ridicule, or to people trying to preach at you, or to people just not staying in their lane. I don't throw my beliefs at people, which is one of the reasons why I try not to focus too much on it in the daily life, because I know there's different people across the board that watch these things. Everybody has a different belief system. This is just mine, but I'm learning who I am. You've been on my journeys. I don't want to keep reiterating my journey. Every so often I realize it's going to have to come up where I talk about, things that happened to me, because it might pertain to that subject. But in this case, the metaphor I want to use is, think about when you go into a home, right? Maybe you just bought a house. Maybe you think, oh God, there's so much potential here. Some people might just go in it and say, well, I'm just going to live in it because I like it. Maybe this person is like-minded in your decor style. Or you might walk in there and think, this house has a lot of potential. This is what I want to do to it. Or maybe you walk in there and you're thinking, I have no clue. I love the house on the outside. I love the fact that it has X amount of rooms and bathrooms. I love the fact that I can walk from my house to my garage. I love that it has whatever it is that you bought it for. But maybe one day you wake up and you decide, I'm going to lift these carpets. And you find this beautiful wood floor under it, or maybe you decide, these cabinets are really neat, but I want to change the color. So you strip it away and you find this beautiful wood grain underneath it. you know, the natural wood grains, the natural bones of this home. And that's kind of you. Sometimes when we're a little stuck or a little lost, we have to really focus in on what, write things down. If there's a pattern in what you're writing down, try, I don't want to say fix it in the sense that, it's broken. It's probably not broken, but it's not in tune with you. And so when I say you have to fix it, you have to balance it. You have to tune it up. You have to make it fit your vibe. You have to make it fit, your soul and what makes you happy. Sometimes people just move in somewhere because they like the bones of the house, but then they just keep the bones of the house. They just think, okay, well, I really have no ideas on what I want to do with this, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. There are different houses in my complex. There are 20 units altogether in the condos. We are 5 buildings of 4 homes all put together. We all share some kind of common wall. But when you go into different people's homes, you see something different. We have a friend whose floor plan is exactly like ours, and her cabinets are amazing. But it's the same floor plan, but it's a whole different home. So it's what you choose to do with it. I put in here about breaking. So I do sometimes make notes. I don't script these, but I do make notes. And my whole thing was, what is my why? And then my notes were, strip away old beliefs, build new ideas that fit you and your life. And then I got out of bed to write this part. It's like stripping away the old rug or paint to find the natural wood floor or cabinets before someone turned it into their vision. Be your own vision, okay? Our parents give us the tools we need to become ourselves. Baby sibling said I could share away. So, again, I'm just gonna slide out of my lane for a second here and say I think both sides of my family do, but definitely my paternal side of the family. There are a lot of gifts that we have in this family. Very intuitive, very healing. I don't know if it comes from both sides of my dad's family. I definitely know it comes from my dad's Hawaiian side of his family. And that's not to say because it's the Hawaiian side, because that's my grandmother. But I'm just learning about my paternal side of the family. And I know it's been over a year, and it's such a beautiful journey, even just going on that. But my nephews are starting to develop these things. I developed these things when I was a child, but because of my religious upbringing, my mom was very Catholic. I mean, she was a beautiful, wonderful person, but it really wasn't until I started getting into all of these things that she really kind of started becoming a little more open-minded about it, because we are conditioned by movies. We are conditioned by TV shows. I do see some TV shows that are trying to put a little bit more of a positive spin on it, but, it's not like Harry Potter. You don't just wave a wand and something unlocks. Okay, now I love Harry Potter, but that's, you got to unlock about 100% of your brain to probably make something like that happen. And that would be amazing, and I think there's a lot of people out there who use more than that 10 to 20% of what we think with and utilize every day. So just imagine your potential if you kept unlocking all that stuff, what you could do, what you could create, what you could manifest, what you could make. But we do have an intuitive side. We do have a lot of gifts, and she is teaching them how to, utilize these gifts, how to embrace them. And she's not telling them you have to. If you're not comfortable with it and you want to turn it off, you are more than welcome to do that. Everybody says, well, it's so hard to turn it back on. It's not hard to turn it back on. What's hard is getting that out of your head. Once you realize that you still have the same gift that you had when you were a child, it unlocks like that, as long as you're not afraid of it. Fear is what keeps us from moving forward. But she embraces it, and they do go through some scary stuff. They'll have scary dreams and stuff, but they'll talk it through with her. But she doesn't force them. She kind of she nurtures it. She nurtures their path and their journey and how they want to handle it and how they want to do it. And she was, I don't know if she, baby sibling, you might want to weigh in on this, but I'm not sure if she was nurtured to feel the same way growing up, but she did embrace herself. and she did embrace what she wanted to know. And so I wasn't. To me, everything that was anything I believe in now was bad. It was evil. It was, not right. And so all these things kind of sat by the wayside. Now, going back into my lane, I really want to talk about why people sometimes, in my personal opinion, have trouble finding their why. I think sometimes we have trouble finding our why because we're busy living somebody else's vision of who we are supposed to be. We're busy living somebody's vision of, who they wanted us to be. You see all these stories about, or you hear even, or maybe you even have friends where it's like, well, you're going to grow up and you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. But what if they want to be a singer? What if they want to be a dancer? What if their whole goal in life is to run an office? It may not seem that important to somebody, but that's a big job. I'm finally at peace with, the fact that I think, in my own personal opinion, and it may not be other people's opinions, but I think in my old job, I did do a good job. I did the best I could, but I tried to take care of people. I tried to nurture people. I got the nickname from some people of actually Mama Bear because, it's like I get very protective of my people too, but I'll also, it's like, don't treat me less than you, because we all have a function in this world. Nobody's job is less than somebody else's. Okay? If you are making $1 million being in front of a camera, you are no better than the person who's doing your lighting, who's doing your makeup, who's doing your hair. If you were a singer on a stage, you are no better than your crew, because without your crew, you don't get to go on that stage and look fabulous. If you're a CEO of a company, you are no better than the people that are making you that money. Good morning, Holly. And that goes for the same with teachers and principals and all of them. We all have a function in this world. It's just sometimes we have a hard time finding what that is because maybe we're pushed into somebody else's vision. Maybe we're pushed into a direction we don't want to be in, so we're not happy with it. We're not content with life. So then we feel miserable and we might be missing our why. And it's like I said, I probably would have never left my job on my own. So in a way, I'm glad that my position was eliminated and I was forced out. It took me a while to figure out where to stand. Right now, my why is the Daily Vibe. I want to figure out how to make a living so that I can keep doing this because I want to share, I want to share my experiences. I want to share my stories. I want people to be out there and, get more and more people onto these lives so that we can communicate back and forth. Sammy says it, amen. All jobs are important. Yes, all jobs are important. And just like jobs, no person is better than the other person. You are not better than somebody else. You may not like somebody else. They may have their own issues. But, we're no better than somebody else. We may just be better balanced than other people. When you learn to let go of anger, you learn to let go of pain. And trust me, letting go of anger is not my strong suit. I can hold a grudge like nobody's business, but I'm learning how not to because I'm also learning how that can affect my health. I learned how anger can affect my health. And, I have a congenital heart defect. So which means I was born with, a problem. It has been fixed. You can see my scar. It has been fixed. I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. I always like to reiterate that so people don't think, oh my God, she's dying. No, I'm not dying. I'm fine. But I don't want to put any more pressure on my body than I already have or than I already, have done in the past. Especially by holding anger, especially by holding grudges and being stressed about things I can't handle. So if you have to sit down with yourself, oh, wait, I didn't finish why I said the Daily Vibe. The reason I have the Daily Vibe as my why right now is because, again, I want to figure out how I can keep continuing to do this, without having to sit in an office or something. If y'all could put that good juju out there for me to help me figure this out, that'd be great because I love doing this. I love sharing every morning. I love pulling these, cards and sharing my little world with you. And I don't share everything. I mean, but we sit here and I chat at you for about, a minimum sometimes of 30 minutes, but a lot of times max 30 minutes. But, it's like having a little talk show, right? You do all the talking, but I have no guests, but baby sibling needs to get unbusy so she can be my guest star like once a week. But, it's just right now it's my purpose. And 10 months ago, almost 11 months now, this purpose saved me. Opening up and realizing that I have this gift of just spewing stuff out. Don't know where it comes from. I know I tap into my archangels. I love Archangel Gabriel. He's the messenger angel. I know that tapping into that and learning to not stand in my own way and be my own obstacle has kind of opened me a little bit more to share the experiences that, oh, that's true. Debbie says, you have guests. We're just not visible. True. One of these days I should just bring, I should come up with these things. I mean, I've noticed if you watch the very beginning months, you'll see how far I progressed to the point where we actually have things. We have subjects every day now. But, right now the daily vibe is my why, not because I don't think I have anything else in my life. Your why is kind of your life purpose. And what I want to do is help people. And right now I find that this vibe helps a lot of people. And I usually don't know that till people say something to me, but that's why I kept it going. I almost stopped about 6 or 7 months ago, and somebody just randomly told me, I am so grateful for these. I don't always get to catch them, but they're helpful to me. They make a lot of sense to me. The other day, my cousin told me, she's all, I don't always get to catch your vibe, my cousin Jeannie. She's all, but when I do, it always seems to be what I need to hear. So these are kind of the things that keep me going. And last night, as I was trying to think of my why, thank you, Sammy. Sammy says that you have absolutely helped me. And thanks, Debbie. Debbie says she's glad I did not stop. When I wanted to quit, I realized it's also helping me. All of you who watch this, even if you don't interact with me, you are helping me. I have grown in the last several months. I have healed so many things because I've been open to sharing. I've been open to exposing a lot of things that I really felt a lot of shame about and that are going to bring me to tears right now because I'm thinking about them. But I needed to heal that part of my life because it was important to go forward. Thank you, baby sibling. Older sibling and I were talking this morning about a certain subject that's been kind of bothering us. And I told her, I said, I cannot do the daily vibe and not practice what I preach or not try to apply it to my life to be a better person. And I think, of course, my next thought after that was maybe I should just quit the daily vibe and go back to being an asshole. But I'm not really an asshole, but, I just go back to holding grudges and stuff. But I think one of the things this has helped me is it's helped me find my balance. I don't have a balance every day. I mean, my balance is a little cray, but, I thank you all, truly, from the bottom of my heart, for watching these, for helping guide me. A lot of people thank me for, helping them, but you're also helping me by giving me the courage to, I'll get to that in a second, baby sibling, but you've given me the courage to open up my heart and my story to help you. And it doesn't mean you have to turn around and share your story like I do. If you feel compelled to do that, I say do it. I'm not the only person that does these kind of things. I will not be the last person. But you never know who you're going to touch, and you never know who it's going to be amongst your own people. So My cousin Jeannie, she's so cute. She's on no, don't quit, and no, you're not an a-hole. But yeah, I mean, she put all the little symbols. And to baby sibling, tell Rainier thank you. Rainier is the cat that she is cat sitting for, because her friend has been deployed at the moment. And he just walked across the keyboard and gave me a couple symbols. So thank you, baby boy. He is cute. He is a cuddler. That cat has zero fear. I was there less than a day and he's like, pet me. So anyways, off my soapbox, off my my emotional soapbox. But yeah, just I want to read that part that came into my head last night one more time. It doesn't necessarily have to be to find your why, but define who you are. Don't let other people define you. Okay? Don't let other people tell you how you should be, how you should act. You know, if you are happy in your life, if you are content and you are doing wonderful, positive things in this world, even if it's in a way that other people don't agree with, just keep doing you. You know, believe in you. Believe in what goodness you are putting out into this world. And so again, it's about breaking patterns and learn traits and habits. It's like stripping away the old rug or paint to find the natural wood floor or cabinets before someone turned it into their vision. Be your own vision. Sorry, I kind of stumbled over that. I was literally writing it without my glasses, so that was not going over well. But be your own vision. Okay, strip away all the things that do not serve you and find out who you are. Nobody can tell you who you are. Only you know who you are. Only you know what you can offer to this world. Okay? And baby sibling Marie said that Rainier and I bonded. We did. Okay? Cascade would tolerate me petting her. That's his sister. But Rainier, he's like, boom. And of course, that did not go over well with my Fernie's Minnie, because Minnie had to be like right there. Like, nope, she's my aunt. You know, find your own. So, but anyways, let's get to the cards. So, the Kuan Yin, I picked this because it's guidance. I have not looked at it yet, so let's see what it has to say. Oh, wow. I cannot make this stuff up. Growth. My nourishing presence is within you, growing you to your full potential. I am within your experiences of life as they empower you to fulfill your destiny. I provide what is needed for your success. I literally said, Divine Mother, please help me figure out what it is I need to tell everybody. And after that whole long, whatever it was, my whole little speech there, like I said, I did not look at this one. You cannot make this stuff up. But again, growth. My nourishing presence is within you, growing you to your full potential. I am within your experiences of life as they empower you to fulfill your destiny. I provide what is needed for your success. I am going to write this, okay, or I'm going to put this into the comments. And the reason I want to put this in the comments is because whoever your higher power is, ask them for this. Okay, if you want to be a little adventurous, ask Kuan Yin. Divine Mother Kuan Yin. If she can help you with that. And I say adventurous because I don't want to push you out of your comfort zones, okay? Everybody has a comfort zone. I am not here to push you out of them. I am simply here to spread my positivity and give you things to think about. Which fits today's theme because today is Things to Think on Thursday. So, let's do the Rebel deck because who does not love the Rebel deck? All right, Jeannie, plug your ears because this is the Sweary deck. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Forgive. Let that shit go. Okay then. Shame, regret, and guilt. Let go of shame. Okay? If there is something you feel ashamed about, heal it. My cousin's laughing. Heal it and let it go. Just heal it and let it go. I know sometimes we think that's too hard, but sometimes, and I'm going to say this from the point of experience, I think sometimes we hold on to shame, regret, and guilt because we become so entangled with it, we don't know how to move forward without it. You know, it is such a natural emotion to us that we don't know how to move forward from it. We don't know how to heal it, because it's like, well, if I heal that, you know, what am I going to feel? Some people get so caught up, not on purpose. I don't mean caught up in a bad way. Some people get so, let's say entangled again. Some people get so entangled in their emotions and their feelings that when they try to break free from them, it's like a foreign land and it's scary. And sometimes they retreat back into the door where the shame, guilt, and regret live, because it's comfortable. It's safe there. But when that is what you're feeling on the daily, that's when you need to pull back, figure out what it is that you need to heal, figure out how to heal it, or figure out if you need help healing it, and figure out a way to let it go. Because you deserve, just like yesterday's affirmation, you deserve a beautiful life. And you deserve to live a life that is not filled with worry, not filled with stress, not filled with anger at every turn. You deserve to live a life that's not filled with shame, regret, and guilt. I'm learning these things, you know, and again, thanks to everybody for who does watch, you know, whether it's live or on a replay. You know, you have given me the courage to share these things so that other people out there know they're not alone. I had shame, regret, and guilt over, you know, the abortion I said I had a long time ago when in my very early 20s. It's still a little hard for me to say the word because I do have a lot of shame, regret. I just made a new word, regret. I do have a lot of shame, regret, and guilt over that. And, you know, I was very young. Well, I know some people won't think their 20s are very young, but I'm a late bloomer. So it's probably about, you know, young. But my head was spinning in so many directions. And I had a week from the time I became pregnant to the time that I had my appointment. I had 7 days to figure out what to do. And, you know, I'll never know if I made the wrong choice or the right choice. I know some people say, I've been told by people that, you know, it would not have turned out well for me. And, it doesn't matter how it would have turned out. It's still something I cannot change. It is still a regret in my life, and it is still something that is very embedded and sitting in my past. But I am learning to let that go. I am learning to say, you know what? We all sometimes make decisions that we don't agree with, you know, when we think back on it. But don't live there. I threw my anchor for far too many years when it came to that subject. And I don't want other people to throw theirs. You still have a lot of life to live. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about, you know, choices that you may or may not have made that, you know, have left you with feeling this hole or this emptiness inside of you. Start filling that hole. Start filling that void with joy and happiness, because you still deserve that. You are still here. Okay? You are still here, and you still have plenty of life to live. So, go out there, have some growth, do some growth today, and let go of the shame, regret, and guilt, because those are bullshit. They are so bullshit. And forgive and let that shit go. Forgive yourself, okay? Forgive someone, forgive yourself, whatever it is. People change, okay? People change, people get better, people grow. That's what life is all about, okay? So, tomorrow is Glow with the Flow Friday. I think I might have a subject for tomorrow. Not sure. But tomorrow's Glow with the Flow Friday. Thank you everybody for hanging in there and for watching. And thank you everybody also for hanging in there when I stepped out of my lane a few times. Like I said, I try not to do that. But sometimes I have to. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see everybody tomorrow.